Forget the light show. Forget the singing and the chorale and all the music. The place to be is going to be NIC on Wednesday, December 21st at 6 p.m., Schuler Auditorium. Oh my God. Just shy of the deadline, the trustees released an agenda for the evening, and it is, if you've ever seen a kid go through a salad bar, or better, go through a dessert bar and just put everything on the plate, that's what's here. All the dessert, nothing that's really important. With the threat of accreditation, you would have thought they were coming out with their agenda late so that they could deal with some of the issues. Nope. This meeting's going to last forever. So they start with executive session at 5:30. I doubt it's going to take 30 minutes, seriously, given all the attention deficit disorder in the room. 6 p.m. is when it's supposed to start, and there is public comment. They say here that it's going to be sharply limited to 2 minutes per person, which means 2 minutes for people like you and me. But for these people, they're going to get a little bit longer, trust me. So we go to page 2. You see a lot of action items. Now, most of these are simply to undo the crap that they did before illegally. Not that anyone on the Central Committee or any of their apologists have admitted that they done things illegally. They did, because now they're going to redo them, including rehiring the fart art as their attorney, which was done illegally before, which makes me wonder if the dismissing the president was also illegal, and maybe he should show up to this meeting if it was illegal and they're admitting to it. They're really dumb. That's the one thing I got to tell you. There's some conservatives I really admire. They're smart and they're funny. That's completely missing from the local GOP. So yeah, they're redoing the president's administrative leave, as you can see here. Then they have the lawsuit, and then they're going to go into executive session again in the middle of the meeting. That's going to be fun. I guess we all get to take a recess and stare down the militia guys. This is an interesting item here, censure. The internet seems to think they're going to censure Trustee Terry Zimmerman. I don't know what she did that was wrong. This is just pure intimidation, and bullying is what I expect from Banducci. He's really good at it. In fact, some of the items here and some of the things they're doing, I think, one of the reasons that Macomber wanted the files from Mark Lyons, the previous attorney, and one of the reasons they're hiring this employee to work for the trustees, I think they want to get into the HR files. Somewhere in there is evidence of Banducci's assault against a female staffer. And this actually happened, but Banducci wants to get rid of it, and he thinks if he can get into Lyons' files, the legal files, or the HR files, that he can just go ahead and purge out that record. He's desperate to do that. But they're going to try to censure Terry Zimmerman for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what she did, other than being a decent person and a Republican and a common sense Republican and winning an election against one of their wackos. They want to change the conference for their NIC athletics. If you're unaccredited, you can't be in any conference. Maybe that's what they're doing. They want to add women's wrestling. This has been an obsession of Banducci's for a long time. You know, the guy has a flip phone. If you have a smartphone, you can watch porn right on the phone. I don't know why they're obsessed, or he's obsessed with women's wrestling. He's been trying to get this in for forever, and before, when they had sane trustees on the board, they would tell him point blank, it's expensive. You have to hire coaches. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. It is very expensive to add an athletic program. Now, if the entire board had been in favor of it, that's different. Now, Banducci has the votes. But even more important, if the community were in favor of it, and when they took a poll years ago, they showed that it was really low on the list, but yet Banducci's obsessed with it and he wants to put it in. One thing you got to remember about these people, the Kootenai County Central Committee, GOP, the people who are on there are not fiscal conservatives. They're religious conservatives. They're social conservatives. They will tell you about God and Jesus every day until Sunday and even beyond. But they don't give a rip about spending money. They will spend money right and left. That Central Committee spends more money. It's obscene. The money generated in this county, all you got to be is some wacko from elsewhere in the state. You know that if you show up to the Central Committee and tell them you're a conservative, Christian, white, nationalist, Nazi, running for some other seat, they will send you $1,000. Last meeting, Banducci said this.
Well, gee, Terry, if we'd have recruited our people, we'd have had 50 people here too, but we kind of gave them the Saturday off.
You know, the Central Committee's going to get on the phone. The local militia people are going to get on the phone. The patriots, the redoubters, they're all going to try to show up. Good for you. I believe in participatory government. I have no problem with any of those people showing up at a government meeting, but I do want to tell you one thing, and you should keep this in mind when you're at the meeting. It'll be the first time you're at a public meeting where you're cheering for the government.